All right, welcome back, everyone new here at 4. 1 week ago, 21-year-old Leon Jones opened fire at the Five Oaks Mall in Sevierville, shooting 2 people and then himself. He and one of his victims dying in that incident. And here with me right now to talk about what everyone should know about active shooter situations, Sergeant Donnie Husky from the Knoxville Police Department. First of all, Sergeant, thanks a lot for coming by. We were talking in the break. There's really a kind of a 3-step process you need to think out in your mind on what you're going to do in a situation like this.
Yes, sir.
So kind of run through that for me.
Well, we like to push out to our civilians the run, hide, fight method. You hear gunfire, run. Remove yourself from the problem. Distance is your friend when it comes to gunfire. If you can't run and you're pinned down, hide. Find you a place to hide. Get behind a secure door, lock the door, turn off your cell phone, your vibration, the light, and be as quiet as you can.
Sure.
Then if that's not an option, fight.
Right.
We teach fight. Makeshift weapons, grab a fire extinguisher, laptop, whatever you can get a hold of. Sometimes fight might be the first option.
Right.
Depends on the incident and where you're at.
Yeah, it's kind of surveying the situation. I know lots of times too when you hear reports of this and people say, well, they thought they heard something that sounded like a firecracker and they're not sure what it was. But I would have to think maybe what you're trying to tell people here is if you think you hear something, just go ahead and go. Don't try to investigate it.
I've seen that a lot in interviews. It sounded like firecrackers down the school hallway. Well, are you supposed to be shooting firecrackers down the hallway?
No. Right.
So treat it, and gunfire in a building, in a room, will sound so much different than outside shooting paper targets on the range. It's hard to tell where it's coming from. It's really, it might sound like firecrackers as well.
And obviously an incident like this happening in our own backyard, we see it happen all the time, news reports all around the country, but it kind of hits home, kind of makes you, again, you got to sit back and think, okay, what do I do? And a lot of people don't do that, but in any situation, it's kind of like go ahead and kind of put yourself and think, where do I go, what do I do if something should happen?
And that's what we do as police officers. What would I do right now if somebody come through the back door with a gun?
Sure.
What would I do? Where's the exit? What would I do? And if you think about it and have a plan, especially in your workplace, because you know how your door locks,
right?
You know the most secure rooms, you know the windows that'll open. Just pre-plan if you can. What would I do if it happened right now? What would I do?
And obviously, if they're able to get to a place where they can call 911, I mean, you're looking for obviously any type of specific detail that they can pass along to help catch that individual. Yes,
we would. Is it a long gun, a handgun? What are they wearing? Vehicle description, how many of them are they, and what's the last location is the main thing.
Sure.
In an active shooter situation, we're coming, but we may not be there right when it happens, unfortunately. So you've got to hold on until we get there, but we're coming. And
obviously if you're inside a building, any details as far as the lay of the land to help you kind of come up with a game plan.
Yeah, the time is very important. If you're hiding behind a desk and the shooter's coming down the hall, you want us there now.
Sure, exactly. Well, a lot of things to think about, like I said, with this happening in our own backyard, is that reminder to kind of go through that process one more time. But give me those 3 steps.
Run, hide, fight.
Run, hide, fight.
It's on YouTube.
Yep.
You can look it up.
Yep. Fantastic. Sergeant, appreciate you coming by.
Thank you.
All right. Lori, back over to you.
Oh, important info there. Thank you so much. And